my messy table. I haven't been down here since yesterday after Beth and Alex's meet. They had a session and it was all about animals and trash. Let me just pull you guys up, see who is here. And how are you all? I didn't even get my phone wasn't working to put a description in, so I'll do that afterwards. But I do want to share with you. Good morning, good morning. Hello, bonjour hippo, how are you? Yeah, I want to share with you this book that I found at the thrift store. I don't know if anybody has seen it. It's really very cool. I haven't read it yet because I just got it. So good morning, Teresa. Hi, Sarah. I was having a conversation with a friend last night, and you can see these are my phone doodles. This is what happens to my sketchbook when I chat with people. And it's basically I use like the little marks that are on my page and create scenes, animals, people from them. Anybody else doodle while they're on the phone with people? And I will show you the drawings that I did in Beth's session. Was anybody in Beth's session yesterday? It was fun. It was interesting, and we got a lot done. So I just used markers, and I used the this one, the Stabilo All, the black, which Tammy had sent to me because I couldn't find mine, and she had sent one to me. Good morning, Joanne. Hi, Teresa. I don't know if Louise is there, but I just want to wish Louise a happy belated birthday. I sent a message, but it was late, so happy belated birthday. So these are all the trash animals which we drew yesterday. It was quite a long session, but it was really great. It was great. Oh, Joanne, you were there, weren't you? Yeah. I think my favorites are probably the trash bear. I do like the possums, but I don't think I really caught the possums. I like the raccoon as well. He's got a piece of toast in his mouth. And I do like the trash cats as well. But they're fun. Doing other people's sessions is a lot of fun because you don't have to really think. You just, oh, and this one, I do like the cat trash. That's cute too. I like that one. Hola, Patty. Yeah, so that was yesterday afternoon. I'm going to be drawing geese. There are a lot of geese around at the moment. I have a bit of a headache, so if I'm not super chatty today, which is I was going to go down to the lake and paint, but I think I'm going to just get some cleaning up done in here. Hi, Christina. How are you? Hi, Leslie. Joanne says, yes, she was there yesterday in the session, but she had to leave earlier at 11:30. I know it's late. It was very late. And Teresa says, yes, all the time. You were there, Teresa? In Beth's? Good morning, Kim. And hi, C. How are you? And good morning, Elvira. So now that I have you, I want to share this book that I found at a thrift store. I don't know if anybody has seen it, read it. I wonder if Sam has, because I know that she likes correspondence. I love correspondence as well. I kind of miss having my Patreon correspondence. I don't know if I need to set that up again because I can't set it up through Substack, but maybe I can set it up through Ko-fi or something like that. I'm not sure, because I like sending stuff out. I'm sure those of you who got the correspondence. Oh, and I have to send you your book today, Leslie. also felt the same. It was nice. I love receiving mail. Oh, Patricia says, I love that series of books. I didn't know that there was a series, so it's the first one that I've seen. So Griffin is an artist, it's a novel, and Griffin is an artist in London, and Sabine is an artist in, and I haven't read it yet, but Sabine is an artist in the Caribbean, and it's beautifully done. And it's basically a story about how Griffin suddenly gets a piece of mail with art on it and doesn't know how it happened or where it's from, and so he writes back to Sabine, and it's all like it's a visual of their their correspondence, their mail to each other. But it has lovely little pockets with pieces of mail that you can read as well. So I find that really lovely to have that. If anybody was a pen pal to somebody, you have that whole history of correspondence between each other within your lives, like a little pocket of your life. Or I don't know, does anybody still write letters to people? Oh, Teresa says, sorry, I meant I doodle when I'm on the phone as well. Okay. Yeah, it's a thing. I've done it since forever, since back when we were young, and we couldn't take our phones anywhere, and we were stuck to that one location with a long cord, and you could only reach so far. So there was always a phone book, and there was always doodles in it. Yes, Leslie. Leslie says it's like the Jolly Postman children's book. I got that for my girls and they loved it. But yeah, it's really quite interesting, and you can see how the envelopes get a lot more elaborate as they get to know each other. So I'm really interested to sit down and read this book. So that's my book for today, Griffin and Sabine. Patricia says she loves this series of books. What other books are there in the series, Patty? And Hippo says, I was at the session but left because there was no subtitles and I couldn't lip read while the slideshow. Ah, right. I had to have the sound really loud and it gave me a headache. I think that's something that they have to set up ahead of time. We had that issue too, remember, Hippo? Hey, Natty, how are you? And then Nat says, good morning. Yeah, it's a lovely book. Okay, I'm going to get started on my Canadian geese. Actually, let me just quickly do a front of this. And then I will get to the inside. Good morning, Reb. Natty says stamps are mini works of art. Well, they're actually not very mini because if you know any artists who have created artwork for stamps, they're usually original size works and then they just make them small. So, but they are artists do spend a lot of their time creating these stamps, and I think it's very honorable to get a stamp of your artwork. Maybe that's one of my goals, to do that. What are we on? It's August 26th. If Louise is here, happy belated birthday, Louise. That was yesterday, and I'm sorry I didn't put it in. I've been so bad with birthdays, and I just said I was going to get better. Patricia said they are from Nick Bantock. There is one called Alexandra Sabine's Notebook, the Griffin. Okay. I will look for them. Cool. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, Nick Bantock. I had never heard of them. August 26th, and then 2025. C says, I exchange art postcard with my friend every month. Yeah, I love it. Okay. I'm just going to put that there and then get started with the Canadian geese, because I'll do the other stuff later. I need to get these on. Okay, so I did hear Canadian geese, but my Merlin app didn't pick them up while they were flying over for some reason. But I got, they were very noisy. And of course, the photo that I got of them flying over is on my phone, so I'm just going to pull them up here. And probably about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, there were baby geese everywhere, goslings. But now they've all gotten big, so there's a lot of geese walking around. So I have this image that I just wanted to take. Oops, it is not coming up big. Let's have a look. Here we go. I have this image that I want to kind of do repetition of shapes, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. You're welcome, Leslie. Nanette says, I used to write to my pen pal in New Zealand since we were 8 years old. Now it's messages. Wouldn't it be nice to pick up a piece of paper again and send her a piece of mail? I know it takes a long time, but it's quite nice to have that. All right. I have a water brush here, which is almost empty, but I'm going to use this and my XL paints and get some geese on my page. What are you all working on? Tell me what you're working on. And I have my final workshop of the summer tomorrow. It's called Still Life, Form Color First and Form Later. So basically it's all about working with paint and no line, and then working with detail. So if you're interested in doing my final workshop, let me know. And next week on Monday, some of you may have been tagged in a story, but I have got, and thank you for signing up, those of you who have signed up. I have my next virtual art retreat and maybe my final virtual art retreat, because although some of you have signed up, it's a lot less sign-ups than I usually have, which is totally, like, don't think you should go and sign up just because I said that, but there is a drop-off, and I'm not sure if it's because people are not interested anymore in taking that kind of class, or there's a lot of other classes going on, or they just like classed out maybe. So I'm going to switch over to for a few months I'm going to be working on some on-demand classes that I will record and then release probably in the new year. So yeah, it may be a bit quieter on the class front, but I think everyone is ready for that. So yeah, so that's what's going to happen. So if you do feel like taking one more class with me before the end of the year, this one will be the one to take, because there won't be any until next year. And again, thank you for those of you who signed up. You'll receive an email towards the end of the week with your images. We're going to Tasmania, which is the island off of Australia. Actually, our lovely friend Nick, who lives in Australia, she has been providing some images from her trip that she recently went on. So that's really lovely. Thank you, Nick. And then we are going to, this is not in the order that we're going to Venezuela, we're going to Algeria, we're going to Latvia. 4 very different terrain and very different urbanscapes and cities. So that'll be really exciting. And don't forget, if you are a Substack subscriber, you do get 20% off. So use that 20% coupon. C is working on a house. I think I only have 2 more. Woo! That's great. That took you right up until, can you do one of like a map maybe as well, C? In the front of your book, you could do a map of all the houses and who lives there and the numbers of the houses. That would be kind of cool. Do an overhead map. Or maybe you did that already. Okay, I think my goose needs to be a little bit longer. And Nandy says, wow, I didn't know about art being big, then shrinking down. When I was younger, I collected stamps. Oh, yeah, they don't draw them in stamp size. Yeah, they draw them regular size and then they get shrunk. IG is Instagram. And that says, I'd love to take more of the virtual art retreats, but the time is an issue for me. I look forward to being able to have endless hours to paint once I retire. Totally understand. Yeah, I know. Timing is not always, it doesn't always work for people. And that's also a reason that I want to do on demand, because if the timing doesn't work in one place, then if it's on demand, then it's good for everybody. All right, I've done one. Now I need to do a lot more. So I think I'm just going to repeat. I just wanted to get the colors down for one. And I think I need to put more water in this brush. That's the only thing with these. They get quite messy. Nanette says that, oh, C says, Nanette, there's no such thing as endless hours. I'm sorry to say, but there are a few more. Yeah. I mean, it depends how many hours you want to sleep. Or you have to sleep. Some people need their sleep. And some people not so much. And some people can't sleep. So I think Piper is awake already. I hear the little footsteps. may have to do a pause if she needs to go out. A pause. I may have to do a 5-minute break, but we'll see. It's one thing I haven't really done too much, is like done a back in 5 minutes. I think I have done a few of those. Yeah, IG is Instagram. And it says, see, don't burst my bubble. All right. We're just enlarging today. Cropping and enlarging. I definitely need more water in my brush. Do you guys like these brushes or not so much? And you use them if, well, I guess if you like them, you would use them. Julia says, I'm dreaming of retirement and being able to spend much more time on art. Yeah. I would like more time to do art. I know I do a lot of art, but I would like more time to do art. So next Monday is the start of Nocturnal Month. Did everybody find the Padlet, or are you just still looking? And is everybody going to participate? Hang on, I'm going to get some more water for this. Because I think we're good for the first week at least of Nocturnal Images. I mean, I have a ton of Nocturnal Images. Oh, Patty says, I've never seen you using them. Really? I use them quite a lot. Oh, Patty says, I love them. Yeah, I use them quite, maybe you don't, yeah, maybe you don't notice when I use them. Okay, so I use them for things like this, for like mixed media, because I think they're great for mixed media. I don't think they're the best for when you are doing more fine work. So I wouldn't have used them for like the month that we did water. That, I don't think I use them for that. But for this kind of thing, I will use them, like for sketchbook work and for, yeah, I will definitely use them. Or to get like a large area on my page, like of paint, I will use them. And also I don't mind using them with this paint set, and I don't mind using them with like the Caran d'Ache gouache either. I don't know, there's something about, I don't really want to, then like the brush isn't very good for gouache, like for traditional gouache, so I don't mind using it with this. So I don't use them all the time, but I do like them for this kind of thing. They give that nice loose feel. Yes, Hippo, I saw them. I like the one of you taking the photo. That's cool. Christine says, yeah, looking forward to Nocturnal Month. Me too. Really looking forward to it. Kim says, I use them with my aqua pencils and Neos for blending. Ah, yes, I do use them for that too. So yeah, blending Neo colors or adding, hello Piper, she just came in. Or adding gouache to Neo colors. They're nice for that as well. Sorry. I'm just making sure she's okay and she doesn't need to go out. My little pup. She is busy cleaning herself, which I feel like she needs to go out. It's okay. I will see how long we have. So a little bit of shadow up here. I do like the dry brush feel as well. Piper has thumbs. Piper is tiny, Kim. Piper is like this tall, maybe. I think like 35 centimeters. She's a French Bulldog Boston Terrier mix. So no, I just left the door a tiny bit ajar so she pushes. She does push with her. I don't know if she pushes. I think she pushes with her face, with her head. Nanette says, I'm going through my camera roll to see what I've got for night scenes. And, oh, Julia says, I'm looking forward to Nocturnal Month. I don't think I've ever painted a night scene except for one in the Water Month. Exciting. Oh, you'll really enjoy that then. Because, yeah, it's a big change and, like, palette change. So it's a great challenge. I think you'll like it. Sue says, I love these geese. Thank you. They're very, very loose and messy. But that's good, right? Loose and messy. Hippo says, the haunted house of Piper entering the room. It did kind of sound like that, didn't it? She is. If you go back, probably like in my Instagram lives, right back to, actually I should look, I haven't even looked. So we got her in October, like November 2020. I was like well into doing my lives daily. I think we switched from doing it daily, like Monday to Sunday, to 5 days a week, and that was Instagram Live. And she could fit here. Like I would sometimes have her in my live, and like she would walk across. Do you guys remember that? She would walk across my table. Yeah, it was kind of cute because she liked being up here. And then I had a bed next to me that she would lie in. Oh, Julia, embarrassed to say that I'm still trying to find the Padlet. Okay, you need to go into Substack and then go into chat and then go into I can actually show you quickly. Okay, so I have my Substack. Oh, look, Melly's picture comes up. Can you guys see that? And then I go here, and then I go Blue Shine Art with Charlotta Hamilton. Right, so you have like this page, and then you go chat. This is for the new class, so you can scroll up from that. And here is Nocturnal Month. So if you just click on here, that'll get you into the Padlet. or click down here and you go to see more, and then you have the code. Okay, so that's basically how you get into the Padlet. I haven't added it yet in, and that's probably why you're confused. You should have gotten email, Julia. You should have got an email which had the link to the Padlet in. Did everybody get that email? And yes, oh yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, you should have got an email with the Padlet, and that will take you into there. Hippo says, Julia, what's your handle in Substack? Hippo's going to help you. Thank you, Hippo. So, I will put it also in the, today I'll do that because I have some time this morning. I'll put it in the pinned post for mornings with Charsartclass so that you get that. Yeah, that'll help. Because I haven't done that yet for next week. What else was I going to say to you guys? Yeah, I'm not sure how long Piper will last here. I may have to take her out for a couple of minutes. We don't just let her out in the backyard because, well, there are skunks and raccoons, and there's a skunk family in between the houses, like that keeps moving in between the houses, and I do not want her to get sprayed. So I just take her out. Don't just let her out. Julia says, thanks. On my computer, the chat doesn't show up. It's just a QR. Go under that, Julia. Underneath the QR code, it says view on my computer or view in a browser. That's where you find it. I know. Like it, here, I'll show you on that. Let's see. Okay, so here, right, so you get to my page and you go chat. See, it says or open on the web, and then the chat will open on the web. Okay. Ta-da! It took me a little bit of a while to figure that out as well. So don't worry. It's not, that's something that I've learnt as well. Yeah. Oh, Kim says, I use the Posca pens occasionally, the Tombow and the Faber as well. Faber-Castell has Poscas? Or the paint pens, you mean? I'm going to get some texture on this as well afterwards. I do love these. Lou sent me these. She sent me these XLs because she wasn't using them. And look, I have been using them lots. Like they're going down, 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 down. And I love them. Okay, I need to make that a little bit bluer in the background. Hippo says, I do use Posca markers too. Yeah, I like Poscas on top of paint, like a layering. I do also like them on colored paper because they're really bright and they show up. So they're great on different colored papers. Okay, my greens are changing. I don't know what happened. Oh, I put some blue in there, that was why. I was trying to make it a little bit bluer in tone, and it just went super, super green. I'd like to know where all the birds go at night. I mean, obviously in trees, but do they just sit there until the morning comes? And what about geese? I mean, I guess they have their little nests. This one is super messy. Okay, let's get some neo colors out and make this a little bit more defined, or even maybe 14B could work as well. I think neo colors though, I want to just put a little bit more shine on all the heads. This one went a bit crazy, this drawing. I like how the light is catching their faces though. So I'm going to try and get that. And I do need to make their legs much darker. So I'm going to go with, well, this won't make them much darker, but I've got a dark gray or blue. I did have a navy. Let me see if I can find my navy. Is this darker than this one? No, that's the same. I think I need a new navy. Look at my small navy. Hippo says, we do our own Inktober list. Art Hang Party Tober. There will be a Discord session in September to decide the prompt list together. And then he said, oh, Hippo says, and each Thursday during October, the theme of Art Hang Party is the prompt of the day. Okay, let's get these legs on. Sorry, I had no clue what you guys were talking about. Piper, you're going to eat your feet. She has food in her food thing. I guess she just is more, she's happier eating her feet. Susan, hi Susan. I was in the mountains this weekend and we saw lots of Canada geese flying in formation. I wondered where they sleep. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like they all huddle together, maybe under a bush, on the side of a bank somewhere, right? I mean, I'm sure there's lots of information on the internet with regards to where Canadian geese sleep. I just haven't looked it up. Good morning, Melissa. How are you? Melissa, is it tonight that you guys are meeting? I thought it was tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to make it. That's why I have been quiet on there, because I'm like, can I? I tried to sort it out and I'm like, no, I can't. I still, it's fine. I wish I could, but it's not gonna work. Another year without getting to the CNE. Maybe I have been. Maybe like when I first came over to Canada, I went. I remember seeing the air show, like the planes go over, but I don't. I've been around it because they had a city chase when it was on, so we had to, maybe, I don't think we ran through it because I don't think we were allowed to run through it, but I don't know why she came down. She must have bugged my husband to come out of the room. Okay, I'm contemplating only doing a couple in detail and leaving the others kind of loose. Or maybe just doing the one detailed. Do I need to do them all detailed? I don't know. Like, I feel like it's kind of nice to have just the one in the foreground all detailed and then leave the others really messy, and then just do some more work down here by the and also I may have to take Piper out, so I may have to leave a little bit earlier today. Do not want any accidents. I'll just put a bit of white on the backs here. Patty says, I think it's cool the way they look. Kim says detail. Oh, one detail, just this one? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think maybe as well. Like, just not, and I think his beak got way too long. I'm going to round it a little bit. Actually, I've done something weird with the face, but it could be because the back here is needing to be lightened. Didn't need to put that on. And this is way too big. Neocolor is pretty good at being able to layer and correct. I do want some more white. I've got white here that I'm going to use for the face and that little area. Because I kind of got that wrong on this one. This is just acrylic ink. You may know, Melissa. Where do geese sleep? Because you probably have a lot down on the waterfront there. and you probably see them hanging out and then sleeping somewhere. And do they all huddle while they sleep? I feel like they do. Okay, also this needs to be shortened. I'm going to come in with this here, and then I've got to clean my brush. I'll get that after. Melissa says, I've seen them huddled up on grass, but that's during the day, so might just be a nap time. Yeah. No, I never sharpen my Neocolor. Did that whole, like, once upon a time, sharpening and putting them in little containers so that I could use their stuff. But no, I ended up stopping that because it was too much effort. I don't. Does anybody sharpen their Neocolors? I know some people do. Alexandra, she does when she uses Neocolors. Alexandra Sketching. And no, I don't think I need to for this kind of work, for sure. Should have been a lot lighter up here. Let me zoom into that face. Oh, that one's actually turned, the one I was doing. That's probably why. Went a bit funny. This needs to be a lot wider over here. The white needs to be a lot further down here. And definitely need paint for that. I'm wearing an apron and the paint just splattered on my jeans. Can't really see their eyes, but there is a little area there. Looks a little funny, my goose. My goose. Kind of want that to dry so that I can work into it, but maybe I can just use this. This is the Stabilo oil that I'm using. Because it's water soluble, I mean, I could use a Neocolor over the top. That would kind of work too, but this one you can get into the nitty gritty of Oh, so I do have some very good news that I filled my 2 last spots for Oaxaca, so the trip is full and I can advertise that it's sold out, which I'm very happy about because, well, I don't love the whole having to promote constantly, but I know it has to be done. But I did want to say I will be meeting with my trip coordinator, and I know that he'll be asking for the following year if I may send out a little questionnaire if you are interested in going back or going to Oaxaca. I know that Nanette and Melissa, you have talked about wanting to do 2027. Like if you guys are super serious about it, then I'll do it again because I love it. But if not, then I will choose somewhere else. So that's, I know it's a long way away, but these trip coordinators, they kind of want to have plans for the future, and I don't mind planning for the future, and if it's something that I get enough interest in, then I will, think about the whole 2027 thing. So let me know if you guys are still thinking about it or interested, because then that will be a future plan. Oh, my last class, it's not actually today, it's tomorrow. It's interiors, and it's color over form, or color first, form later. So that's what I'm going to be teaching tomorrow. It's a workshop, the last workshop in the summer series. I'm really excited about it. It's one of my favorite things to draw, interiors. And I'll show you how to work fast and then add detail. It's basically what I do here, but then also with some fun exercises that I know you probably know which ones they are, but yeah, so I'll be working with that. Okay, I do want to get shadow on. I want to kind of see through it so you can still see the bird underneath. That's where working with acrylics would be nice, because then you could just glaze over it with like a little swish of a color. And this bird really doesn't have much light on the top of his head. I can put a little bit more. Yeah, I know. Melissa says, I would love to join, but I can't commit yet. Don't make plans on my account. Oh, Melissa says, if you do shave your neocolors, save the shavings in half pans and add water to make gouache. Yeah, I love that too. Hi, Jessica. Oh, I'm so late, but I'll go back and watch the replay after work today. These Canadian geese look amazing. Yeah, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this and not do too much other than that. I know I'm running out of time as well. And then just get a little bit of... I don't really love how dark it is up here, so I'm going to just add some texture for the grass. Susan says, congrats on filling your Oaxaca trip. Lucky for everyone who will participate. I'm very excited. Thank you, Susan. Really excited to go back. Like it's starting to feel like a third home kind of thing. You know, when you know a place, I mean, I'm sure you all have it with different cities around the world that you go to frequently, and even maybe the city that you live in, but just being comfortable, knowing where to eat, knowing where to grab a coffee, and you know, just navigating around a city and feeling comfortable, like is I love it. I love that feeling. Not feeling like you need to get a map out. And just, I can't wait for that light as well, the bright light. I mean, before that, I'm going to Italy, and I cannot wait for that either. And if you want to join me in June, there are some spots available. I'm actually talking to a group of people this weekend coming, because there may be 4 of them who want to come together, which will fill the spots up other than 2 spots. So if you're interested, don't wait too long. I will put it in the description. I didn't put anything in the description today because I just ran down here and logged on. And I was working up in the kitchen and I didn't realize the time. And then, you know, it's not always so easy just to put it in. I should do what Hippo and Melissa do and pre-plan my lives. But that would be a lot of planning. Yes, Natty. I go to Italy in October with a group. I'm teaching in Italy, and then going to Mexico in February next year. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. Super messy. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, Canadian geese. I need to put that on. Canadian goose. Canada goose. Canada geese. Canada geese. Let's put it up here. Canada geese. Canada geese, Canadian geese, Canadian goose, Canada geese. Thank you. Yeah, I like this one. This is very me. I don't know, like you guys probably know it's me, but this feels like me. Even when I was at art school in London, I did a whole series. My final pieces were sheep, and they were big pieces, but they were all like very expressive like this. And I like working like that. Thank you, C. Thank you, Hippo. Thank you, Natty. Thank you, Patty. Love the goose in detail and the rest loose. Thank you. You have them in the Netherlands too. I think they're also in England too. They fly across the ocean. Leslie says, I felt very comfortable going to Oaxaca with you, Char, and loved the city. And I loved having you there, Leslie. It is, it's a special place. And can't wait to go to Italy with you, Leslie. Super excited. Thank you so much, Joanne. yeah, I hope the headache I think I'm going to just take a headache tablet. I try to avoid it as long as I can, and then I'm like, okay, I need to take something. Hippo says we call them bernache. Bernache in France. Le bernache. Yeah. Melissa says Canada geese spreading their poop all over the world. Yeah, and it's big poop as well. Okay, have a really good day, everybody. Tomorrow is another morning. I will see you here. Bye.